it's Pam Bean from Champion Public Library, Southern Oklahoma Library System. I'm bringing you another health literacy program. Today's program is easy freezer meals. These are meals that you can put together, throw in the freezer in one freezer bag, and then pull it out later whenever you're ready to do a quick meal, or not necessarily a quick meal, but a meal, and no planning. It's already planned for you. I would like to remind you that today's presentation is thanks to a grant from the Oklahoma Department of Libraries with the funding from the Institute of Museum and Library Services. We hope this project provides you with a means to have additional healthy ideas for you and your family. So I have 3 meals that I'm gonna do now. I have chopped everything and cut everything and diced everything, so everything's just ready to go. So this should be a pretty short program. The first thing I'm going to do is sesame, honey, chicken, lettuce cups. These are no fret, it's gluten-free, easy peasy to do. So I chopped up into small pieces 2 pounds of chicken breast. I put them in this handy dandy bag that I'm going to freeze it in, and everything will be right there together when you're ready. So the instructions say add the sliced chicken plus this cornstarch into a gallon-sized freezer bag. Okay, here is 1/3 of a cup of cornstarch. I'm going to sprinkle this into it and shake it until the chicken is all coated with the cornstarch. See, this is the beauty of this stuff, is you don't have to mess up 25 pans to do it. And you don't have to pre-cook anything. All 3 of these meals are just stick them in the bag and then you can defrost them. There are instructions that I will have here at the library that you can pick up that will tell you how to do it in a crock pot, how to do in a Instant Pot, or you can just do it straight from when I finish up here. But like I say, the beauty is that you don't have to pre-think it all. The problem is if you don't have an Instant Pot, it's not going to happen very fast. But you can defrost it in the microwave and then cook it as regular. Okay, so my chicken's all coated. Okay, I'm supposed to have a quart-sized freezer bag, and I don't have it. Shoot, I thought I'd have everything, but I didn't. So what I'm going to do is put it all in this cup right here. And then I'm going to put it in the quart-sized bag later. But you all know that's what you do. In a separate bag, you're going to have a 1/4 cup of honey. You see, I took myself literally. I said I didn't need anything else, and I didn't bring anything else. I did have those quart bags laid out, though. Oh well. So that is 1/4 cup of honey. Then I'm going to add a tablespoon of soy sauce, a tablespoon of sesame seeds, teaspoon of sesame seeds, and a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And I'm going to add to this concoction a teaspoon of minced garlic, and I buy this pre-minced garlic. You don't have to mess with it, so you just take a teaspoon out of there, dump it in this, stir it up, and then you're going to put this into a quart-sized freezer bag. Then you're going to take an additional gallon freezer bag, and you're going to put this inside it with the liquid things in the quart bag. You're going to put both of those bags inside the bag. Be sure you label it, what it is, and the date, because you shouldn't really leave these in your freezer for longer than 2 months. The second recipe I'm going to make is loaded potato soup. I love potato soup. And this recipe calls for a 2-pound bag of frozen diced hash browns. So they look like this. I was thinking when I went to the store, but then I found these bags and knew that tater tots was not what they were talking about at all. So I dumped this bag in here. A large onion, pureed or diced. I diced all this stuff yesterday afternoon out in the parking lot so it wouldn't smell up the library. Dump that in there. Whew, those are pretty potent. A cup of shredded carrots. A 1/4 cup of butter, and this is a 1/2 of a stick, because you know a stick of butter is a 1/2 a cup, so this is a 1/4 cup. Then we have 2 teaspoons of salt. A teaspoon of celery salt. And a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Then we're going to add 4 cups of chicken broth. One. 2. 3 and 4. If I'd have been smart, I would have bought a container that just had that many cups of liquid in, but I didn't. Okay, so all you have to do, just squish all those down, seal it, and get as much of the air out as you can. And then we're going to stick this in the freezer, flat like that. Then you can cook it in an Instant Pot. All you have to do is saute for 5 minutes until you have about a 1/4 cup of liquids. Then you cook for 10 minutes at a high pressure. Then you let it have a release at 10 minutes. And that's all you do. You can take a blender or food processor and blend it up so that some of the soup will be finer. I like it like that. I don't like big chunks of potatoes. I like it to be small chunks of potatoes. The third recipe I'm going to talk about today is shredded beef fajitas. Can't do programming without doing Mexican food around here. We all love Mexican food. So this is, the recipe calls for 1 pound to 1.5 pounds beef roast or beef chuck roast. This is a chuck roast. It wasn't quite 2 pounds, I don't think. You cut it into 4 pieces and you put it in the freezer bag. And you're going to add the onion, a medium-sized onion. Or 1 red bell pepper diced. I have this really cool little gizmo that you can just chop it down and you cut it up fairly small, and then you can chop your veggies up into really small diced bits. A 15-ounce can of tomatoes, diced tomatoes that have been drained. Two teaspoons of minced garlic. And then a cup of beef broth. You know, if you don't want to buy beef broth, you can always buy those little beef bouillon cubes and chicken. Those work really good too. Okay, that's all the ingredients. Oh, 12 ounces of chorizo, I forgot that. That is just a spicy beef and you just pinch it up and add it in there if you want. Then you're going to seal it up. Get as much of the air out again as you can, because you guys know that the air is what causes the freezer burn. And there you have it. There's 3 dishes that you can defrost and eat. You can put them in your crock pot, you can put them in your Instant Pot, or you could probably just put them in a pot on your stove and it will be the same. Thanks for joining me. Tune back in later on in the summer. We will probably defrost one of these and cook it in our Instant Pot. Thanks.